Yo, 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 yo. Welcome, welcome. Voice volume is working. Welcome to another episode of the Tactical Preview Show. My name is Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV, and tonight we'll be breaking down the look of the game tomorrow. Jamaica versus Bermuda, taking place over in Bermuda tomorrow night, 6 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock in Jamaica. I believe it's 7 o'clock local time. Yes, this should be a good one, people. We are facing Bermuda. We have been here before. World Cup qualifiers already in this campaign, going to a Caribbean nation that on paper we look at it and say, yes, we should be beating these teams. But we have seen and hopefully we have learned from the past. And tonight we're going to try to figure out how we can break down this low block that we are sure to see from Bermuda. Also, we did watch some games of Bermuda, watch the Honduras game where they were up at halftime 2-0. Also, watch their last game that they would have played against Cuba, where they beat them 2-1 over in Cuba. And that game was an interesting one, and I saw a few things that I want to point out today on the tactical preview. Hopefully, the people that might can get the news to the people that are taking charge of the team tomorrow can send them some clips from this, because I think we have some gems that we're going to drop tonight and tell you guys how Jamaica can deal with the situation tomorrow. I think starting this campaign out, everybody must know we need the 3 points. So I want to try to figure out how we can get them in let's say a fashion that we're not so much worrying while we're watching the game. Yeah, we're gonna go through the history as well of what I'm talking about these Caribbean teams that we have faced, and it hasn't really gone the way we want it to go. Honestly, but has not gone the way we want it to go. So, yeah, people in the comment section, big up on yourself, Jagarn. Same day early, I'm ready up. Big up yourself, Jagarn. Yeah, man, we're gonna break it all down. Bless up the Lee Young in the building as well. Man, same day I fight sleep. I said, cause sometimes I have a long day tomorrow, as it stands, And people might telling you from now, if you see the channel and you don't hit, actually you've been watching this week, I haven't said anything about doing a live watch along. That's because tomorrow is my eldest daughter's birthday. Yes, September the 5th. So we have plans already in the evening. There's no way I'll be able to stream the game or anything like that. I do plan on doing a late night post match though, for sure. That will give me enough time to watch the game in full and then jump on probably late night like them time, yeah. Maybe even later than this. So yeah, if you don't catch that one live, just know you can check in and watch it again, because I can't make time pass, because we have to do the tactical preview for Trinidad match day -1. So we don't want to make the day them pass and we not put out the content that we want to put out. So we're gonna make it work, people. Big up to Conrad Smith in the building as well. Big up yourself. Yeah, don't know. Always to support the thing. Big up yourself. Joseph Brown, big up my bro. Say just a pass through, dropping a like, tired, so bedtime for me. Have a good show. I'm watching the replay. Yeah, man. Watch it on the replay, man. We're gonna pull up the tactical board. You know my style. So you don't know. We're gonna try to predict the 11s as well for both teams and see how close we get. We like to do that. So we'll do the post-match show. We'll leave up the team that I thought it was gonna be, and then we'll show you how many of them we got wrong, right? So yesterday we did what we want to pick, right? And today it's going to be more about predicted what we think the coach might do, right? What we think. We're trying to get it as close to what we see, on the screen to what we see on the screen tomorrow when the game must start. Bless up Princeton, Wagwan. Hope all is well. Good school, you don't know. One Russell and Antonio. So Conrad done have one Russell and Antonio and any 9, you see it. I hope the coach I watch, because I not trust him trusted advisor. Big up yourself, Texican, say don't trust the advisor, none at all. Big up David J in the building. Hope all is well, people. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget that part. The best way to support the thing. The freest way as well, because there are ways to support monetarily, but you don't know me really to talk about them thing there. You don't know if we get those, it's a blessing. Definitely join the channel as well, people. It's cheaper than certain place, and you don't know, man, I promise you the world, but it's just a way to show support. That way, you don't think you have to drop no chats every single day. You can just join, become a member, stay a member. Yeah, man, that's another way to help the channel to grow. So you don't know, do any one of those things. Like, share, subscribe, join, become a member, or drop super chats. Yeah, man, those are the 5 ways you can support. So please support the thing. Jagarns are bless up, bless up, bless up. Yeah, man, my daughter get big star. My daughter get big. Yeah, so my older daughter, she'll watch the game them, yeah. But honestly, should I rather do something else? You see me? Even my daughter will play ball. She'll watch like the first 15, 20, but by them time she wanna go do something else as well. Honestly. Bless up float in the building. Bless up to Stets as well. Yeah, man. Thanks, Jagans. Me let her know, say Jagans are bless her up on her earth strong. Yes. Will do, will do, will do. Jagans, I believe the easiest way, when you go to the channel, like when you go to Jason Gooner TV, like the profile channel itself, there's a tab that mark membership. And if you don't see it that way, on the home screen, there should be like a description to the page. And the join button should be there. Like if you click on my name underneath the video, it will take you to the home page of my channel, and there's a join button on the actual home page. Just click join. You can't too far with Antonio. They say you can't blame her. Why, I tell you. Daughter get big or you are get old. Blessings are away. Well, I don't think one cannot man the other do up, so them say depend how you slice it. Well, I know say when I grow up, me so I always hear people say, youth to have too much girl, always I'll get girl picnic. 2 daughters. I don't know how that works so for me. When I've been a one burner all my life. Yeah, cause wife here watch people, okay. Want to sleep good tonight. Anyway, people, enough of the joking things. We'll get down to serious business now, people. Wanna like the video yet? If you like the video, put a like in the chat. Just drop a like in the chat if you like the video. All right, so today, boy, I tell you, say, I really care about this thing, Today, I watch, well, not today. Today, I watch one Bermuda game, one Jamaica game during the day. Because I have some time today for just sit down and watch some football. I'll skip over my side. Netherlands play today. I never really to watch it all the way. I did have it kind of play, but I really did watch Bermuda game. I want to see the 2 games, Bermuda Honduras and Bermuda Cuba. Anyway, I watch the game then, people, and I think the Honduras game, it was crazy because in the first half, I don't think Bermuda can play any better than how them play in that first half. Because I watched them play 4 halves of football today. And that first half against Honduras, if them play like that tomorrow, we're going to be surprised. And I think that's so surprising is when you look at the team, like there's not really this wealth of pedigree. Most of the players that them have that playing in England are National League, which is 6th tier and below. So they have 1 and 2 sprinkles. Obviously, Zico Lewis, well traveled, played in League One, played in USL Championship, USL League One as well. And of course, Naki Wells is pretty much like a championship legend over his career. So, or basically an EFL legend over all the leagues. So those 2, apart from those 2 names, and they do have a player as well that's playing over in over in Finland. Apart from those three players, there's really not much that you would look at and say, oh, But as a collective, their coach Finley does have them playing well collectively, and it's not like they have no talent. The guys are technically proficient enough to, in spells, cause threat to pretty much every team that they have played recently. So I mean, we have to just put things into context in terms of, we have seen Jamaica take on Caribbean nations that going into the game, because the fans always have a spectrum, right? So there's the fans right now before this Bermuda game saying, yo, we are give them 6, we are give them 8, we are give them 10, and then you have the fans that are like, yo, if we're not take this thing serious, might have draw the game, and so there's always going to be this wide range of different fans in terms of what they think. But I feel like if if you are one of the fans that think it's going to be 6-0, not saying you shouldn't think that, right? You should think what you want to think. But I'm just telling you that the team we're going to face, when I compare them to what I saw of BVI and SVG and these teams that we have struggled against, especially I shouldn't say struggle. Struggle is a strong word, but teams that we haven't been able to put away from home, going into the games that I just named. If I were to ask you what you thought the score was going to be, most of you thought would win by 3-4 clear goals in those games, minimum, right? And we beat Dominica 3-2, we beat BVI 1-0, right? So I'm telling you, Bermuda is much better than those two teams based on what I saw. Because I would have said that if I hadn't watched the two games, but watching the two games is like, you know, it just tell me that this team definitely better than those two teams that you could argue when we face them we might have had better lineups. Maybe not so much the case with the Dominica game because I know there was a lot of madness going on around that window to get the players. But yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a dog fight. If you watched the game that already took place today, Panama and Suriname, you would have seen that on another day, maybe Panama leaves Suriname with nothing. The game ends 0-0, but it could have gone either way. And not saying that we're gonna go to Bermuda and draw 0-0, but it is World Cup qualifying people, and the other team that we're facing, as much as we feel like this is the best opportunity to get to the World Cup and everything that we are saying, the other teams and nations are saying the same thing. So they're trying their best to get there. Based on some of the things that have gone on so far with this camp and this window, can we honestly look in the mirror at ourselves and say we're doing the same? Like we're trying our best to make it to this World Cup? I mean, if we can honestly say that, then we should put our hands up and say, come on, let's do it. But if we can't honestly look at ourselves and say we're not trying our best, and there are some things that we could have done better to get where we want to go, then, we need to acknowledge that and be honest with ourselves. Because that's the only way we're going to correct it in the future and the now for that matter. So, I feel like we are in for a bigger fight than I think people think. Trust me. But I'm going to try to show you how we can make it a little better for ourselves. So first thing more other people is just tell you guys, who is this team that we're about to face? Who is this Bermuda team, right? So I like to see on transfer market, it gives you a nice clear picture of the ages of the players. I like the way it's run down, you see everything. So I'm gonna work with that to show you guys the team. And I will, tell you a little bit about the players that I was able to look at today. So, all right. So we have Bermuda squad, and I have cross-referenced it with their Instagram that had the final 20. Let me see, how many players was it again for them? I think it was 26. Let me see. It's 25. So it's a 25 player list that Bermuda put out on their IG. And this list on transfer market is up to date based on the names that I saw on the Instagram post. So we have goalkeepers Dale Eve, Dietrich Bell, and Fobler. So 30-year-old Eve is the starter. He's the one that has pretty much started all the games, under this manager of late. And he plays for Albert Church FC. And most of these clubs, you're not going to know anybody from them. They are, as I said, typically, National League or Eastman, some semi-pro, some amateur all the way, and like really smaller level pro clubs for the most part, for most of the players. So Eve is the one we'll see in goal. Tall keeper, doesn't really have the best technique. To be honest, he seems to not be so sure on his decision making. Any decision he has to make, if he's cutting off a cross. I notice as well when he has to, leave his goalkeeping area, he doesn't really, as I said, very unorthodox. So he doesn't really like get back into position, maybe into the right position when he has to leave the goal and come back. So you can see that his level is what his level is, but he has very good reflexes and he can make a big save. So it's not like he's just going to score every time you shoot the ball. But obviously, I think his technique is not the best, but he gets by and he's a good athlete. So, that's my kind of scouting report on the goalkeeper. Feel like, I don't think he's the most sure in his decision making, but has good shot stopping ability. Yeah, that's what I would say. So the defenders now, people, Reece Jones, he has been the starting right back for most of the games recently. So potentially you could see him starting at right back. Then we have Dante Leverak now. Dante Leverak as a player that usually is the captain of the team when he's there. But his last two fixtures, the one against Cuba and the game prior to that, he wasn't there. And so when he played in the Honduras game, he was very solid, but did get caught out in the second half when they did concede 5 goals to Honduras that day. So I will tell you a little bit more about him when we get to the tactical preview portion. Roger Lee is listed as a centre back, but normally plays central midfield for them. I think at this current moment, though, with some of the recruits they have brought in, he's probably going to be like a more of an experienced type player around for, his experience can probably come off the bench in a game as well. Julian Carpenter is the player that started for Leverak in his absence in the 2 games. He's a player that I think, if you're able to just make him do a lot of work, he's susceptible to making a mistake, I think. But it'll be interesting to see. I don't think he'll start. I think it will be number 17, Harry Dwight. He's only 20 years of age. He's 6'6", but the coach seems to have a lot of trust in him. And yeah, I'll talk more about him once we get into the tactical portion as well. Kieran Richardson, another youngster, doesn't really play much minutes unless he's off the bench, but he's around for experience. Butterfield Steele is the reserve left back, always around the team, but doesn't really get much game time, to be honest. Russell has started at forward before, but I think in this current setup, probably won't see him start. But he's a possibility to start. I know he's listed as a midfielder here, but he can play striker. Kane is a player that's very versatile, can play either side or attacking midfield. He's somebody that could potentially start. He's one of the few players with a market value. at 100K. He's at Sutton United, and they're in the National League, which is the 5th tier in England, right? Willie Clemens, he's playing. He plays also in the National League, I believe, or no, I think he's in the Isthmian League. Yeah, the Isthmian League. That's like 6th tier, so that's a level below the National League. He played central midfield in the Cuba game, and he was a big reason why they were able to win. To be honest, doesn't really look the most in shape player. I'm not going to lie. He looks like he could play for one of the clubs there in the JPL. Looks like some of the ballers there, but yeah, he definitely knows how to do his job though. Just always there in the middle of that midfield. Nothing about him really says big ball or anything like that, but he did a job that day against Cuba, and I feel like there's ways that you can put him under pressure though, because I think he does think in his brain that he's like a big baller, and it kind of gets him into trouble sometimes. So that's something that I'll talk about as well in the tactical preview. Najee Tucker, he is probably one of the hardest working players I've ever seen when I was scouting a team. This guy will run until next week. Trust me. Again, not going to show you anything incredible technical wise, but the motor on this guy, and it's not like he's bad technically, but he's just energy, 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 energy. That's Tucker in the midfield, plays kind of a box to box role, but really and truly, you just see him pop up everywhere because he has so much energy winning the ball for them. And the third, he's another one that is kind of versatile up there, can play attacking midfield off the flank as well. Keziah Martin, he is a player that they use either deeper in the central midfield or a little bit more attacking. Him and Clemens form a good partnership in the middle. And then Tucker's energy mixed in with that. That's kind of how they try to stay in the midfield battle. Reggie Lamb, he's another one that's getting up a bit higher up there in age now. He's 34, but has been a good servant to them over the years and did participate in some most recent games. Normally off the bench, but with the absence of Hall, who is the striker that was there when they had faced Cuba, to get them basically cemented into this part of the competition or the qualifiers. He might be leaned on to start the game as well up front. That's another option. LeJean Simmons, right midfielder, used as a right back at times as well. I think he'll be fighting it out with Reece Jones to get that right back spot. Zico Lewis, listed as the captain here. It's going to be interesting who wears the armband, because Naki Wells has made his return. So he may very well take it back, but let's see how that goes. But Zico Lewis, definitely, if you're looking for a player that is the one to really key on to stop, I would have to give that title and this team to Zico Lewis. Now, I think Parfit is a bit more dangerous just in terms of his direct approach, but I think everything kind of goes through Zico Lewis. If there's a play that happens for Bermuda in this game tomorrow, and it leads to a big chance, or they get off a good shot on target, I'm pretty sure Zico Lewis will have something to do with it. Razier Jones, attacking midfielder, he'll probably be on the bench more than likely. And Parfit, he's another player that we need to watch out for. He is at FC Haka over in Finland, and he is a player that caused a lot of problems in the 2 games that I watched. Probably the player, I think, that's probably going to surprise the Jamaica fans the most, because he's very tricky, very, very fast, and good close control and close dribbling as well. So, yeah, he's going to be a player that we have to make sure, we keep an eye on. Denish Hill, he started the last time at left back, listed as a left winger here, but can operate at left back. I think he's a definite option to start at left back for them. Justin Danawa, he is a player that is in now. He can also operate as a striker, so he could be an option up front. Naki Wells, we have talked about him. He more than likely, if he starts, will come off the left. That's his most natural and favored position. And then Burgess, he is a young striker. Not sure if they would start him in a game of this magnitude, but you never know. He would be, I think, a shock start though if he was to start. But that's Bermuda's team. You guys are probably like, who are these mans? But I'm telling you, don't watch the names. As a collective, them do them thing, people. Trust me. Believe me. Believe me. Man, look to the ceiling sky when shouting one burner. Or go on Issa there, My boys can't watch Jamaica teams. They try for 10 or 15 minutes and they want to go. When it comes down their players, they love they watching it. You know, a Barca, yeah. I know the amount of time you say one Barca, I know your whole family, brother. If you have pets, I'll dog them, everything. Man's out here watching game of the team I go play against. Wonder if you're the secret analyst. No, I'm not no secret analyst, because see me out here in public, I tell people what I see. So, can't be a secret then. I try and make it public so them use it. All the South American team dropping 3 love tonight. Brazil gone 3 now. I'm watch the first half. Yeah, cause after watching all that CONCACAF ball, you'll have to watch something else. I'm watch Brazil first half. And a 3 love. You know it done. Paqueta and Bruno G at a Premier League 3. Martinelli plays so good, 7.4. I lie. Tell when last man get a 7.4 for Arsenal. You do the score the man have. Bruno G. Why Chile. Chile really their last place, man. Fall off is real. Brazil was in crisis, but now them gone to second. Argentina gone with it. 17 game qualification, But Guatemala nil, El Salvador nil. Look like no goal now score in a CONCACAF this window. 1-0 already, Yeah, man. Tony Brush no miss nothing. Them think of damn, War start. It Russell we trust. Big up Germany. Well needed rest. Vibing at cartel concert. Oh, they saw them there. Why one thing you do, no miss nothing, The squad that was selected can't give nobody 6 kiss my teeth. Why people still say 6, brother. Suriname draw with Panama earlier. Proof that CONCACAF is not easier a joke. Yeah, man. People are gonna take it serious, man. Once one half play, people are gonna start change them tune. But soup. I know some Trini, they see me today and I say, hey Conrad soup boy, you see it? Everybody have this soup thing, Jamaica say a soup thing, That all of them are use motivate themselves, Suriname needed to win that game, man. Them miss 2 simple tapping. Yeah. That me I hear. Come and watch the game, Come me there. When I done watch the Bermuda game them. Julia play flag football. She'd have 2 games. And then like one of her friend them didn't want to come watch her play and the parents them sit down by me. So the whole time, I want just there and watch the match. But through them they beside me now, I have to talk to them and they ask me question about Julie's school and and ask about this and that. And, yo, true, brother. Me feel like just ease them out, but me say, nah, do that. But anyway, long story short, me never get to watch the game. But me did know say JD a stream. So when they go over him stream, I'm gonna catch it at the end. Yo, respect Jagans, you find it. Respect, bro. Big up yourself, Jagans. Big up yourself, Jagans. Became a member. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, man. Anyhow, I never get to watch the game, but JD there said, me hear my cuss, and I say, yo, him not like them again, and Them should have win. Them get 2 easy goal for score and them a cuss and them a cuss. And I look on the stats and I say, John, but you don't look like them really dominate or anything. But I say, you know what, I'm gonna watch the game in full. Okay, dep on Paramount and replay them there. So I'm gonna watch the game and then me make my judgment. I'm not gonna talk before. I can't just use the stats and make a judgment. I have to watch the game. Bermuda have decent players. If they are like the Bermudan teammates I played with in college in the early 80s, ratted me a date myself. Yo, they said them time they know Bermuda players from because at them time they have play. Yo, Dragons, time of the master, you can't beat it. Naomi Osaka. Whoa. Ooh, big. Simon, Steve McLaren, Mr. Speed, I hope you're watching or listening. Jaja. Well, if he loves to run, move the ball around and let him run because he cannot outrun the ball. That is facts. That is fact. You could have run till you're fool. Not even you saying Bolt to catch a ball if you move it at the right speed. Osaka. One Barca Yamal game today. Yeah, me see them when them give them 3 love. On my side, go make the man them equalize star. Yo, 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 yo. Them have big bad Dan Carlo. That's why. Well, Carlo, if you come manage Arsenal, then if I saw Martinelli go play, me a Real Madrid fan can't wait for France play to see Mbappe again. Jano, Romain, say the Madrid fan them, you know, not as loud as the Barca fans. Once a World Cup, everybody go serious like how it's so close. That's a word, family. Yeah, man. Respect, Jagans. Respect. How the final group stage go? Top 2 team in the group qualified are just one. Well, Money Pro, the top team in the 3 group, them automatically get 3 slots to the World Cup. Now, as far as second place go, if you finish second Money Pro, you have to be one of the 2 best out of the 3 groups. So even if you finish second in your group, there's a chance you don't go to the playoff round that would come after. So it's not a guarantee if we finish second that we'll go anywhere. But if we finish second and have more points than the other 2 second place side them. So it's gonna be crazy calculator time and all them something that we don't want that. We just want to win the group. Please. But can we move the ball though? The $1 million question that chilly. Still a rolling leather, master settings, you don't know. Yeah man, ball of a rolling now. Even if I walk, you walk now. Or you feel like you sprint. You really a walk. Alright, so that is the Bermuda team. Now what I want to do, people, is take a look at, before we hit the tactics, take a look at Bermuda recent games. Alright, so let's go here. Alright, so this is Bermuda's matches that they have played. We'll go back to, alright, so first, before we do anything, Michael Finley is the manager. He's from Canada. He's 61 years of age. Came to Canada's coaching system, coached their youth teams. And you can see here, had a short spell as interim manager of Canada as well. Spent some time with the Grenada U20, Grenada top team. Was coaching to the youth ranks before getting that interim job as the main man in Canada for that short spell. But he has been with Bermuda since 2023, has played 20 games, 9 wins, 3 draws, and 8 losses, right? So a bit up and down, but I think they're definitely trending in the right direction. So he would have joined August 2023. So he would have came right at the start of this Nations League campaign. Right? And they were able to top this zone and get to the Nations League two-way tie with Dam Rep. No, so they advanced and got to the next level, and then they were in this round here. But look at that, reeling off 4 straight. Then they lost 3 straight, but they're on a 2-game winning streak again. They were able to get out of their zone. The last go around in World Cup qualifying, I'll show you. They were second to Honduras in this zone, ending off with 2 wins, which they needed, the Cayman win, and definitely needed to beat Cuba. I remember going into that game, I don't believe any of us that were, trying to figure out who would get out of the zones picked Bermuda to get there. But that shows you the type of um, the type of fight that this Bermuda team has. I don't think many people counted them to be in the final round. But I think Finlay has them believing. They play a 4-2-3-1. I think sometimes it can become more of like a 4-1-4-1 as well. And it can even become like a 4-5-1 at times. So I think they are pretty fluid in their formation and system. I think they have hard-working players all throughout the pitch. So, they definitely can change how they play quickly. I think one of the things that got them into trouble in the Honduras game, uh, they almost lost their identity a bit when they had the lead. And I think Honduras took advantage of that. But I think they learned the lesson. The game against Cuba, especially, when they went up 1-0, you didn't really see much change in how they were playing. And I think that was a lesson learned from, how they acted when they took the lead against Honduras. Now, at home, what I did notice in that game against Honduras, they were able to come out of the blocks really, really quickly. And I think if I'm looking at an overall key for the game, we'll have to really be prepared for the first 10 to 15 minutes, because when I was looking at Jamaica's most recent performances, I was trying to find something that you can point to and say, yo, this is something that we need to fix. And one of the first things that has to come to your mind is how we start the football match, people. I feel like for the first 10 to 15 minutes, we almost play with this like fog over our head. The only game of the last, I would say, 5 to 6, or even more than that, games that we have started the game well is the Guadeloupe game. And I think that was just a byproduct of the situation, knowing going into that game, we'll have to win. I would just lose to Guatemala, who had just beaten 3-0. It's like, I think just all of those things kind of made the perfect storm for us to have a good start. But then in the Panama game, we're right back to what we had been doing before. And before you knew it, we were 2-3 down. So I feel like against Bermuda, yes, they may not have the quality like some of those teams, like Panama, for example, but you don't want to give them the opportunity to have a 1-2 goal lead in a game that their ideal positioning in the game is going to be to fall back and let us come at them, and they're just going to get bodies behind the ball. The worst thing you can do to a team that's coming in wanting to play a low block is to concede a goal early. That's like one of the worst things you could do. And I think the only way that happens is if we come out with this same fog over us like we have been doing lately in the start of matches. It's been so obvious. It's been so obvious. And that's one of the things that I looked at and I was saying, I was trying to find themes in the Jamaican games, like what's some things that we can tangibly point to and say, what can we improve on? And one of those things, people, is definitely how we start the game. We need to start out being a little bit more proactive, right? I guess if you want to kind of liken it to boxing, we go out and it's like we want to feel out the opponent. But sometimes when you're doing that, you leave yourself susceptible because you're so busy trying to see what the opponent's doing. You're not doing anything for yourself. So, and Issa even goes a step further. So we always start the first game at the window very, very slow and sloppy. Yeah. So that is it right there. I mean, I just feel like we need to definitely drive home to the players. Like, listen, the first 15 minutes is going to be so crucial because, when you're away from home, you already know with the opponent being who who we are in the Caribbean. We are the big dogs, right, in football in the Caribbean. And we're going to Bermuda. Bermuda, as I said earlier, they are thinking as we are. This is the easiest opportunity we'll ever have to get to a World Cup. And what do they have to lose in this game? Honestly, they have made it to the final round. They know how close they are. Um, they have their home support there. How do you calm down a home crowd? You put them on the back foot. You take two shots after them goal. You make them have to defend a couple corner. You win the ball from them quickly. And yes, you keep possession. Yes, you play smart, but you want to attack them. You want to stamp your authority. You don't want them to start to feel like, oh, we're in this game. We can play our football. Them can't handle our pressure. No, you want to make them worried to press you because you have carved them open twice already. So I think that the start of this game is definitely going to tell a lot in terms of how this game going to feel from us, from our point of view watching. We'll know early if Jamaica is up for it and really in tune with what they need to be doing. But yeah, let's just take a look real quick at the hard data in terms of their fixtures, right? So from the Nations League, um, September, they lost to Dam Rep. Then in October, they played Antigua and Barbuda away. They beat them 1-0. They beat up Dominica 6-1. We played Dominica as well. Didn't go that good for us, but they were able to beat them 6-1. Then they played the reverse fixture at home against them and only were able to win 3-2. So football is mad, people, sometimes. 2-1 against Antigua and Bermuda, another close one, and then they had a bag up on the hands of Dominican Republic 6-1. Then we move into the Gold Cup. This was when they were trying to get to the Gold Cup proper. Honduras, they were up in this game 2-0, but ended up conceding 5 goals before Zico Lewis, no, 4 goals before Zico Lewis made it 4-3. And then for good measure, Honduras scored in the 94th to make it 5-3. Then in the return fixture, Honduras beat them 2-0. So it ended up looking really bad and in aggregate 7-3. But, this is the game. I think a lot of people opened their eyes up a bit more when they, heard about how these games went, these 2 games against Honduras. Then they solidified those performances in March with 2 wins to end off their World Cup qualifying second round. And that's what got them into this third round. 5-0 over Cayman and 2-1 over Bermuda and over Cuba. So let's just look at the lineups real quick before I go to the tactical board. So this is what Bermuda had on the pitch against Cayman. They won 5-0. Now, right away, I can tell you people that their goal scorer, big number 9, about 6'4", another player that plays in the National League, he is not in the squad. So I'm assuming that he has some kind of injury or something because he's a threat up front for them. Very big target striker. What the hell happened here? People, I don't know what more going on. So they are showing the thing. Also finish do is here. You have to look good to play and feel good. That I used to think. If we don't beat Bermuda, we should disband the team and use JPL players only. If we don't qualify, we need to stop playing football altogether. Jeez. Big up, I had one. They said, just stop everything. Yo, yo, yo. Go on, Owen. Twice. The other teams can say the same thing too. Jamaica is not all that. They just might be saying that. Big up, Sean, in the building. Go on. Yeah, man, big up yourself, Sean. Good point in the get today, even though JD are cussing and saying should I get all 3. I think it was a good point, man. Take your point. Take your point, bro. Hope all is well with you and the fam. I'm sure you're at the game today. All right, so this was the lineup as I was saying, people. even goal. He was the captain on the day. Dwight, that's the youngster, 6'6". Reese Jones, Carpenter, Hill, Williams had a good day, goal and assist. Danger man on the wing. Energy God, Tucker. Clemens played a little bit higher, but you can see they actually interchange a lot. So Clemens had some touches deeper in the midfield as well. And then Martin, you see him deeper. And so these two really do interchange from time to time, kind of play off of each other. And then, as I said, their front man who played really well in these two games, the last window, is not around, Cole Hall. You know, if him name Hall and him play striker, I think he's gonna be decent, you know, for sure. All right, so they went with the same exact 11 in both of the games, and that's something that I think Finley, doesn't have the luxury that some of the other bigger nations might have to, in these 2 game windows, you know, switch out the entire front four or whatever the case may be. He pretty much has to play the top people every game if he wants to get the results. And I think the main thing I see going into this game is who's going to play the Cole Hall position for them. Um, what does he really go with? Does he go with, maybe, obviously Naki is not in the team right here, so that's the obvious replacement. But of the players left on the pitch, none of them is really a number 9. So they go with basically a false 9 type of role as the striker and put Zico Lewis there. Don't give him so much work in the midfield. Keep your base in midfield, but you tell Zico, obviously you don't have to stretch the back line or anything, but we want you in the half space because we will be in a low block, and the wingers can join in once you receive. Maybe that's what they might go with. But let's see. That's going to be the interesting thing because, like I said, they don't have the focal point of Hall, and whenever Hall is around, Finley. You see right here, no Hall. It was Russell up front. The game before that, this was the game that I watched. Russell again up front. So yeah, I think at this time, I think they were saying Lewis wasn't really fully 100, so he had to come off the bench. But yeah, that's the most recent games. Like I said, they're coming off of 2 wins. Now Jamaica, before we go to the tactical board, just as a refresher, we know Jamaica's team, but Steve McLaren, we know the coach too. Now he's coached 17 games for Jamaica, 8 wins, 4 draws, 5 L's. You see how his recent form, terrible Gold Cup, 2 losses and a W. First time in a long time we hadn't gotten out of the group. But he did have his last 2 games in the World Cup as wins, didn't concede a goal. So that's the good thing in the World Cup so far. We've been pretty stingy under Hal Grimson. We did have that 3-2 over in wait, who is this? Steve McLaren? No wonder. Stop showing me Jamaica's scores and start showing me Steve. Yeah, so obviously Jamaica recent results, the Gold Cup was terrible. Then we'll go back further. Nations League, 2 there. This was the start of McLaren reign right here. But if we go all the way back to World Cup qualifying, this was how we feared. Right? So we'll move right along now, and we're into that time. 3 windows: September, October, November. Crucial, crucial, crucial. They get started tomorrow. So, and like I said, Jamaica, Gold Cup horrible, 2 decent results in the World Cup qualifiers. I thought the Guatemala game we did play some decent football, but in hindsight, Guatemala really was playing possum there. It was obvious at this point now. British Virgin Islands. This is the game that I decided to watch again, just to get a refresh of a Jamaica game, because I thought that the British Virgin Islands game would mirror what we might see from Bermuda the most out of all the teams we have played recently. And when you take a look at this team right here, Andre Blake obviously is not around. King and Holgate are there. Lembikisa is there. Greg Lee is there. So I have the potential to play the same back line, right? Damian Lowe is there. He was in midfield, but I don't know. That's not what I want to see. I don't think the coach will do it either because Hayden is around for this game. He wasn't there for this BVI game. John Russell is around. Cephas, No Damari, Dixon, Warner Brown, all there. So a lot of the players that were there, Palmer came off the bench. He's there. No Romario, no Bailey, no Latipo there, no Busy, no Bell, no Ming, no Morrison, Tyrese Campbell, no Burrell. So, yo, we did a lot of changes from this team. Damn. I said no, 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 no for everybody a while ago. All right, so let's go now to the tactics board. I'm checking with the comment section real quick and see what go on. Family is great, Sean. Daughter birthday tomorrow. So yeah. Really shouldn't go Bill Nye, don't it? Shouldn't work no science, see? Mount Pleasant can beat Bermuda right now. Blessings. While you always have to respect your opponent, I'm sensing some discomfort among the fan base. Yeah, well, our fan base wouldn't be our fan base without some discomfort amongst us. You should know this by now. But Trinidad is no different. Everybody knows everything. Nobody don't need to know anything from nothing. Conrad Smith and David laugh. Yeah, man, the family good. A lot of actors in this game. You see it. Still 0-0. Look like goals not scoring in CONCACAF right now. Boy, I'm not even watching that game, I'm not even watching it, but I have the tennis on right now. Well fought for the draw. Yeah, JD was cussing, man. Him saying, should I win? Yeah, I heard that as well. I heard that he's injured as well. But I spoke with someone that spoke to the player, and he said he's not injured. So just Steve being Steve, mixed up someone's name probably. And to my knowledge, no Ian Frey is not in Bermuda. They brought new players. Yeah, there's like one or a few that are new. One or a few that are new. Donawa. But everybody else been around pretty much. It's just Donawa is the only one. All the other people been there. McLaren a joker, brother. Every game I talk said the players them inexperienced. I ain't pick the players, so he's also inexperienced. Yo, just hope they will win Jaguars because Trini people banter well too, Trust me. So I about forget the tiebreaker. That's nice. I always ready because if you get caught, getting ready or too late. Facts. I'll be honest. I watched the Panama game and I feel like we have regressed. Yeah, I think you'd be spot on there. Trust me, cause the man me talk to somebody we said talk to Dexter and nothing to do the man. So I don't know what to tell you. Nil all in the Guatemala match. Yeah, it looked like goals not scoring in the league. All right, she looked like she have this tie break. So let me turn on the football. Then. All right, so let's get the tactical part up and gunning. About 70 out of you in the building. Greatly appreciate the support. Please do smash the like button. The like target tonight is definitely the hundreds. So please get us to the 100 quick and fast. What is it on? Paramount Plus. All right, so we have the tactical board on the screen. We have both teams loaded up. You don't know man's came prepared. So we are going to put that on the screen right now. And we're going to pick the predicted 11s for tomorrow. All right, so in goal, probably the easiest decision unless the man injured is Dale Eve. So Eve in goal for Bermuda. Now, right back, right back can be a few players, but for me, I believe that Bermuda is going to start. Let me check something real quick. I think it's between two players. This man been a play. All right, so yeah, Sean, they didn't really bring anybody new, you know. They got the same squad from before. I thought this one player was new, but he ain't. Yeah, so I think they're gonna stick with Finley's not going to break what is working. And as long as this guy is fit, I think he'll be there. So the Reggae Boys of women's tennis. I think goals to score in the second legs of most of these games. Well, we'll see. But you know, it's not like them play the second leg this window, you know. They have to play our next team. Are you just saying like the second game all the teams play? Yeah, I see what you're saying. These teams are big actors, Jaja. They will know to do that, bro. All right, so yeah, I think they're gonna go with Jones. I think they're gonna go with Reese Jones as the right back. So it'll be Reese Jones over here. So all right, now center back is decision time. Because like I said, Levrock is the rock back there. When he's around, sometimes him wear the armband, but him always out there. So I think it will be him. And I'm trying to figure out now, will it be Carpenter or will it be Dwight? That's what the coach will have to decide, my people. It's going to be one of those two players. It's going to be one of those two players. Hold on there, hold on there, hold on there. I have to fix something. Have the wrong number. Simmons, we're number 7. And this man, we're number 9. This man, we're a bigger number. It's the little things, you know? All right, so level rack me I put this up. And I'm going to say a Finley boy, listen. I'm gonna play the tall man. Now, if I was him, I would have probably played Richardson, to be honest, but I just feel like I'm gonna trust this guy. All right, so Dwight, lanky, 6'6", but trust me, can get at him. All right, so Dwight and Leverock, then left back now. I think it's gonna be Hill. Might be. No, I think it's gonna be Hill. Hill should play there. All right, now I think tomorrow they're gonna go more double pivot. So I think it's gonna be Clemens, Martin, Clemens and Martin. And I think it might even look like this, you know. like Clemens Martin, and then my boy there, Tucker, Energy God, right? And then it's going to be more like this now. Zico, play the boss, Naki, and then striker now is where it get tricky. Can be Lambe, can be but Perfect not on the field. No man, Perfect have to play. Jaja, him over there saying, so the man that might not start Naki. Cause I think him gonna want to play more of a target. So him probably play Russell. Yeah, I could have seen them come out something like that. Chano star, but are they gonna bench Naki Wells after the man come back for play? I think them will. All right, I stick with this for Bermuda for now. Might change my mind still. Come on, get it like yeah, more get it right. All right, people. Now remember, this is Jamaica lineup we're going to put on the field now. Big up Eras. What go on? Yeah, man, let them know. Brazil looked really lively tonight. Yeah, I think they got the perfect medicine to look lively, a game against Chile. Worst team in the qualifiers. Farmer, that doesn't help, but would have had discomfort anyway because that's how we stay. Bless up Toffee Rudy. Steve McLaren and his coaching staff watching and listening to you, Jason. You're going to get a call soon to be added to the coaching staff. Bless up Rob. What go on? Yeah, J. Ross. Antonio's in camp. Did some Instagram checks and he's there. Matter of fact, before we leave tonight, we're gonna put some of the JFF Instagram stuff on screen so that people them can leave with a positivity, because it's not all positive tonight, but trying to be as realistic and analytic as possible because we want to show you guys the real things. All right. Now let's look at my predicted 11. This is my predicted 11. All right. So I think we can all agree Jamal Wade will be in goal. Now I have him with 23 just because I see him wear that all the time. And he might just want to keep his number, even though he's the number one for this camp. So I'll just say Wade in the 23. Now, center backs, people. Now, this is where it's tricky because if you're looking for some continuity and for that team that people loved from Unity Cup, especially, this would be the back line or the center back pairing, right? I am just wondering though, will he opt to go for the experience of Damian Lowe from the start? And seeing as though one of the players that we pretty much know is going to play is this man right here in the midfield. If Damian Lowe is indeed to start, it would have to be for me right in the heart of the defense with Holgate. But I don't know, people. I just don't know. That's going to be tough. I might change that by the end of this. But I think that's going to form that defensive three, right? I think continuity purposes again, Dexter Lembikisa will not get displaced at the right back role. I do think that Greg Lee will play over Ronaldo Webster from the start for sure. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. So that's what I think will be like the 4+ CDM right there. Um, I'm on the fence on the Damian Low one though, to be honest, because I could easily see a scenario where the back four looks like this. And remember, this ain't mine. I'm just trying to predict what McLaren, his advisors, and his technical staff, and whoever else is involved come up with, right? But I could see it going either way, people. What you guys think in the comment section? Remember, prediction. What is your prediction for the no phrase not there? He's not there. Yes, that shameless man is there. Oh god. You notice you don't see speed in any pictures. Yeah, man, it's speed probably with Cavalier right now, bro. I don't even know a speed there. Low and Mason. Yeah, that's what I would do. But what do you think the coach will do? No, the Maybach music, yeah, nah. Him claim to say him find a way that him don't get copyright. But every time I've ever done a video with BBK, literally as soon as the video done, them say me have to splice out this part of the video. So I don't know what him matter about. Him say him find a way to hide it or something, but it never work when me in the stream with him. So I don't know. Big up BBK. Esteban was killing for sure. Yeah, man, I move away out there, brother. I don't know what about that. Well, I guess I don't buy him for depth still, but Garnacho not get no game, bro. Because Garnacho no good like Pedro Neto. Garnacho no good like Palmer when him play out there, so him no good like Estevao. I don't even think Garnacho better than Gittins to Ross. So I don't know when him gonna play. I'm concerned that if we don't take it to Bermuda early, Hayden will have to play more than 65 minutes, and that will affect us at home. Toughy Rudy, that's why I'm a rate when you're there in the place, because that's a nice comment. Because that's actually a key for me. Is how do we get Hayden? How do we get what we need out of Hayden? The best, the most efficient way. You know, would I want to kill off that game if possible and take him off all 50 minutes, you know? Who is the captain if Nana don't start? Yeah, that's another thing. Because can you really? Because in terms of professionalism and experience in football, obviously Hayden it make the perfect sense. But what is this? Like is sixth, seventh, eighth cap, something like that. So I mean, is that how would the team feel about that? I don't know. I know he's well respected. Because he's very professional, humble. Nobody. Card Cephas, Hayden, and others. No, Antonio, please. No, Nepo Bala. Concerned with low and Woolgate pairing. Both are sure to get yellow cards. One might go red. Yeah, I've heard that sentiment. That was one of my good brethren them was saying the same thing. So I don't think King is the best or the answer, but Woolgate and low, you're waiting for some cards to happen, I don't know though. I think the way we're going to play tomorrow, we're going to have to get numbers into attack to do anything because they're going to have a lot of numbers back. So we're going to leave our centre backs more exposed, I think, at times. And I just trust Holgate and low speed more. A man was telling me last night that Holgate is slow. I was like, what? Brother, you can call Holgate a lot of things, but slow? That's not one of them. King is leaky. That's my issue with that guy. Yeah. Will he take the leaks? No cards? Are less leaky in terms of defending and might pick up a yellow early. Is like what you picking. Yeah, I never see him today. I never see him today. It's two bustless tacklers in the center half. Yeah, that's what everybody said. Dexter can't drop one of coach's favorite son. Frey isn't there. No, 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 no. He's not there. I think he's out for the window. Yeah, I think he's out for the window. So you put King to let the man pass him like every game I saw him play for Jamaica. Think you're gonna start King and Mason. Okay, yeah, because that's what I think he's gonna do too, you know. I mean, I wouldn't do that, but boy, Lowe will captain this team, so Duckland said Lowe start. Well, but is Lowe going to start at centre back, or I'm going to play midfield again? Not even the coach know what he will do. That's the conundrum we in. Lowe and Holgate are two disasters waiting to happen, and King is a non-defender. Jesus, so Topi have to go play. Inter Miami doesn't list him among players going on international duty, so I suppose he's out for the entire window. Yeah, I don't think he's turning up for the window at all. Yeah, I don't think so. Why should Nana start though? That's a good question. My dad posed that question to me earlier and said, but Lowe hasn't played a game since Gold Cup. I said, well, that's a damn good point. You know, at least King has been playing. You know, not ideal what's been going on there because him lose him starting job in the league, but you know, he's playing. He's played games. He's played minutes. Can't say the same for Lowe, you know. They both played together with Hayden in the midfield before. Yeah. That has Lowe played with Holgate with Hayden in the midfield before? What was it in the Guatemala game? In the Guatemala game, the World Cup qualifier Guatemala game. In the World Cup qualifier Guatemala game, it was like, hold on, I gotta tell you. Because King started, but he had to come off. So I think when he came off, it was Lowe and what's his name playing back there, no? Let me see. Jamaica 3, Guatemala 0. Oh, it was Holgate who had to come off and King came on. Oh. So they started to play a game. They lasted about they lasted 41 minutes with Hayden in the midfield. And Guatemala didn't do one ras. Yeah, he's not slow at all, bro. I couldn't believe the man was trying to argue with me about that and saying that I'm a madman and all kind of things. I'm like, jeez. There's a theme song that no, I trust Low and Holgate as a CD pair. Me too. One thing about Low, he know how to play on a yellow. Boy, the man spend the whole career a play on a yellow, man. Him no must know. That's true though. Him don't really get the second one so often. The man skate on thin ice enough time. But yeah, him not really get the second one. If him get red, it's a straight one. He used to get the second yellow more, but I think the older he's gotten, him kind of can play on a yellow a little better. Once you're fast and madness, you're slow for some. Jamaica will be fine tomorrow. You can rest comfortably tonight. Yeah, well, I don't doubt that we'll get 3 points, Andre, but I do think that the manner in which we get it and how we play is important for the Tuesday game. You know, I really and truly feel like we need to have some form of confidence in how we're going to play going into Tuesday. And I think this is the perfect opportunity to, you know, and it's not even that we have to win by like 6, 5, 4 goals. I just want to see a performance. I just don't want to feel like, boy, the game tight. And, you know, even if we only win 1-2-0, it needs to feel like the only outcome in this game is a Jamaica win. You know, because I didn't feel that way against BVI. I didn't feel that way at the end of the Dominica game a year ago. So, you know, I just don't want to feel like that. Yeah, man, Tyrese is there. Yep. Who could be captain instead? Have we ever had foreign captain? Yeah, Wes Morgan was a captain for Jamaica, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah, it's happened before. I want to say Simpson was once like a captain in his career for Jamaica. Is Frey injured or was he just not released? They're saying I'm hearing that it's some kind of paperwork thing why he's not here. That's what I heard. I'm like, what? Thought he had his passport a long time. Lower the coach trusts. I think he trusts King too. Unity Cup backline says Issa. So yeah, that's the Unity Cup backline then. I mean, except for Greg Lee, it was Bell, but I think Greg Lee was there. All right, Hayden in midfield. No man, Lowe never missed that game. Lowe was playing in the Guatemala 3-0, if that's what you're talking. Yeah, it was Holgate. I was thinking it was King that came off and then they played together, but it was the other way around. This is a new Jamaica team, says RR. Coach is too pliable. Can't guess what he'll do. It's who whispers in his ear is the strongest. Jeez. John Bell would be good to fill in CV, but the mad people that select the squad didn't pick him. Yeah, he's not good enough, I guess. I don't know. Bobby and Maps have been captain. Yeah, Maps for sure. And Bobby, yeah. Bless up Travis, so I go on. Only Jamaican fans don't rate Low. Houston Dynamo have shown heart and respect in Low's abilities. Yeah, I think Low is better than he was like 3, 4, 5 years ago in terms of like um just in the overall play, period. I don't think we should worry. This will be the majority of the Unity Cup players, so they should do well. Do we really have players that really look comfortable on the ball? Because whenever I watch Jamaica, most of our players, them first touch is poor, shocking at the international level. We should aim to win by 4, 5, 6 goals. Yeah, no deep thought. Pure surface level reasoning. He was a good captain. True. The game that Hayden played in the midfield, how did Low and Mason play for the time he was on the pitch? They were fine. As a matter of fact, um, if I remember correctly, Hayden was splitting them a lot. So the build out phase was three. Low split wide to the right, Holgate split wide to the left. Sometimes even Hayden would be the one to drop like left and back and let Holgate stay central. So it was a nice little fluid build out that they were doing. Yeah, Maribel was the captain in the Unity Cup. That's true. Just don't make it like the Guadeloupe game. Guadeloupe, BVI, Dominica, none of them game they gonna want it like. Please. Yeah, Bobby's third in line. Travis a drop him team again. It changed from yesterday? No. We'll get Lee, Aiden, Russell Palmer, Dixon Brown, Cephas. We didn't replace Grand Prix, although we brought 26. I expect at least one surprise showing up in Jamaica on Sunday or Monday for. Okay. I hear you with the performance, but would you take a good performance on 1 point or 3 points and an unconvincing? Oh, if that's my options, then I'm taking the 3 points and an unconvincing for sure. No doubt about it. But I don't know why you're giving me those two options, sir. Don't limit me, man. I can get a good performance and 3 points. Give that as an option, please, and I'll take that one. They're not gonna do that because they're just trying to sell a player that's out of many land people. Dixon one, Bermuda one, Trinidad two, Jamaica two, cheese and peas. Alright, if we get 2 points from this win, nobody can convince Damian Lowe is a bad player. Nobody can convince me Damian Lowe is a bad player. He has made bad plays, but I think he's been solid for Jamaica. So maybe change our captain permanently. Yeah, we could. We could. I mean, nothing against Blake, but I don't think Blake is like, I don't know, man. He's like super calm on the field, which I guess is a good trait to have as a captain, especially if you're a goalkeeper. But I don't know, man. I think Damian Lowe is a better captain than Blake. To be honest. Yeah, because the team got an actual central defender. What Blake do you? He's the captain. I have seen Damian Lowe carry a backline versus Mexico with Toby as his partner. Now that is worthy of praise. Not against Toby, but back in the them time they Toby too. Very naive and unsure. I think Toby improved in that respect. I'm more sure of himself now, but we'll see if at this level it translates if him get to play. What a play. Ooh, anyhow. Yo, Guatemala nearly go through the whole side a while ago. It's a head-to-end basketball game all of a sudden. Why people keep putting Casey in the starting 11? I think Gang's talking the Unity Cup, man. The Unity Cup is what people, because that midfield looked good in the Unity Cup. I don't think the defense looked good in the Unity Cup. I think that was weak a lot of the time. Um, the forward line was decent at the Unity Cup. Wouldn't say it was a problem. Wouldn't say it was the best. But I think the midfield unit was the best at the Unity Cup. As a unit, as a functioning group, that midfield in the Unity Cup played some of the best football. Progression. I remember there was a little spell against Trinidad, man, where I say, yo, is this even Jamaica playing the football? It was looking like a different team. All right, so I think the coach is going to try to recreate the magic, so-called magic, from the Unity Cup. So John Russell, Gang Starkin, favorite baller, Casey Palmer. I think that would be the midfield. I think that would be the midfield three right there. Now, you're going to notice a theme. And this is the predicted 11, people. Predicted 11. We're going to see the Unity Cup. They're going to live off of this Unity Cup scene. We're going to see the Unity Cup lineup. Minus Roman Burrell and put in Warner Brown. So that's the predicted 11 from me. I think the coach is going to go with. He's going to go with familiarity. I think if he's looking to kind of make some changes to kind of what his core group has been, he'd probably do that more at home in Jamaica. So yeah, that's what I think he's gonna go with, people. That's what I think he's gonna go with. And the only change from this lineup that I could see possibly is it's not King, and he goes with the experience of Damian Lowe. So that's how I think it's gonna look tomorrow at kickoff. You see Bermuda on the right, Jamaica on the left. I think Jamaica will play more of a 4-3-3. I know sometimes when we play different opponents, it can look a little more like this 4-1-4-1. I do think he's going to want to get his wingers high. I think he's going to also want his fullbacks to get high. I think of the two, Greg Lee will probably be the one that is a little less robust on that flank. I think he's going to always want to keep that balance of at least three around the back. And I think honestly, when we have possession of the football and we're going forward, obviously, they'll be back in defense. And at times, when these players really drop, it's gonna look more like almost a back five plus the two wingers dropped back, or back four plus the two wingers dropped back, right? And these fullbacks will get really narrow. Clemens, Martin, and Tucker. So I could see this shape happening a lot tomorrow. A lot. So one thing I noticed in the BVI game when Jamaica played BVI, what we're guilty of too often was all the attackers occupying pretty much the same level on the pitch. So what I mean by that, see if I can get no, that's not what we need. Need something to draw. So if So let's say this right here, this white line, and this area, that's like a zone. That's a zone. That's like an attacking zone, right? And then you'd have from there to the mid to about midway here. That would be another zone. Here would be another zone. And it go down through the field. So those are different levels. So when you say somebody say when you hear somebody say get the ball between the lines, right? Hold on. I get line happy now. With the eraser there. Alright. So let's get a ball. Let's get a ball on the pitch. Alright, so Isaac Hayden have the ball, and let's say he's maybe here, right? Lee has pushed up, he's wide, Dexter is high and wide. They're here in support, right? And what was happening against BVI a lot of the time was whenever one of these deeper players, whether it's Hayden, Low, Holgate, even if Lee is back here and has the ball, right? What ended up happening is all five of our forward players would be kind of moving around all within the same level of the attacking area. So when you could throw a blanket across the field and it would catch all five of the attackers. None of them would come short, come here to combine to make a triangle. They made an initial run, didn't get the ball, and then they were on that same level. Same here. Made an initial run, never recycled their position to come back, come square to create a different angle. Brown never dropped off of the back line. He's always constantly on the shoulder of the last line. Trying to get free, trying to get open, but again, you make it really easy for your opponent if all five of your attacking players are on the same level of the pitch. You have to vary it up. And I remember before the tactical preview of Guatemala, that was one of my main things I talked about. We can't have all five of our attackers. You throw a blanket on the pitch and, they're marked out of the game. So, yeah, that's just something that I noticed in the BVI game that we can't fall in love with. And I think it's one of the reasons why CFAS was so ineffective when we played Dominica the last time. If you remember, he came off the bench the game before. No, it wasn't the game before. Wait. Yes, he came off the bench the game before and was electric in his little cameo. So he got the start in Dominica, and it just was not working out for him, because what was ended up happening is he would make his initial run, it was played over the top, and either ran out or just never came to anything. And when he would make the initial run and not receive the pass, he was just on the line with one here and one here. Limited amount of space to run behind, because by that time they had dropped into their shape. And he was just in no man's land over here. And that's why, me personally, I don't know if Cephas would be the one I would start on the left or the right in this game, if I'm being honest. Because I just don't know if what he does best, which is running the space behind defenses, is even going to be on the cards very much in this game. Because I do think that, initially Bermuda lose the ball, they're close to it, they're going to try to win it. But the minute we make 5-6 passes, we kind of set up our attacking shape, they're going to drop just like what you see on the screen here. So you tell me, people, unless we move this goal line right there, so further back, ain't no space for Cephas to run into. So I think the way you deal with that, have to be a little more intelligent, vary the runs, Cephas, show the short option every now and again, even if you're just doing it to get it right back to Lee, to readjust, to make another dart. but you have to entice this unit back here to move that couple of yards up the pitch. And that's why people need to understand. Tomorrow, when they drop into this shape and we're probing and we're trying to get somewhere in here, anywhere, we have to be okay with seeing this happen. Back to whole gate, back to weight, set it up again. Because what does this do when you set it up again? Moves that back line that 2, 3, 4, 5 yards higher. And now, look at how the picture changes. So you reset the ball to the keeper. They push up. Tucker gets up into the action. Hill pushes up. Dexter might come central as an invert. Right? So we have that type of shape once we reset the ball. Russell comes back. Brown comes back. Lewis now gets excited. Wants to go win the ball. Right? Holgate pulls Lewis further. Boom, boom. Now Cephas can show. Jones come, spin. Look at that. So when his starting position is here, where are you expecting to run to? He's going to run right out of play. But when his starting position is near midfield, which is created by Jamaica trying to get through the low block, not happening, going back, which brought their team up from their low block, right? So I have to be okay with recycling the football. Because if we go with Cephas, which what I think he's going to do, we have to set up Cephas to have somewhere to run in behind too. Right? And when they're in their low block, you don't have to say I'm a liar. You can just look at the damn screen. Where is the space? Where is the space once they set up the low block? Where is it? And yes, they're not the most disciplined team ever. They do get energetic and run, but people, this is enough bodies. Even if this man cheat and say want to go up here so to win a ball, look at this. Still have coverage for whatever happening here. And that is just as long as they are able to comfortably get back and sit into the block. And Jamaica need to understand when this happens, don't just come and stand on the last line. Vary your movement. Some show, some call for it to feet. Recycle the football all the way back if you have to. But please, when you go back to Jamaica, make sure you're doing it with some kind of purpose. Because like I showed there, the only way you take advantage of them stepping up after you reset is if you go forward again with purpose. Because the whole goal of resetting is to make them get out of their low block and not reset it by the time you start to actually go on a serious attack. So when you go back, be mindful of why you're going back so that you can then go forward. Because we're going to have to be able to attack them at times without their defense set. Can't just be 90 minutes of Jamaica trying to break down a team that is pretty much, just having 10 men plus the goalkeeper behind the ball throughout the game. So yeah, Jamaica need to make sure to not put all their attacking players on the same line on the pitch, whether that's the attacking third, the middle third, wherever their players are. They need to make sure that they're distributing the players well throughout the third of the pitch. Try to stretch that low block as much as possible. Keep the width, and definitely don't be afraid to switch the play, because with a low block, a team like Bermuda, anxious with their fans, they're gonna want to win the football. Yes, they're going to know that they have to drop into this low block, but at the same time, they also know that they are at home, and if they're gonna get somewhere in this competition, this home game is one of the places that you have to try to do that. So we need to plan that as well. We know that they're going to want to defend first, but sometimes when you're at home, you might lose your composure, your concentration, and that low block gets a bit more stretched than you want it to get. And the spaces that we thought wouldn't be there start to show up. But again, we have to move the football with purpose, and we have to move ourselves with purpose. Because against BVI, we fell into this, okay, we'll eventually get there, we'll get a goal eventually. But there was not enough bite, not enough purpose in the movement, purpose in the passing. So yeah, we don't need to fall into that trap of yes, we can just keep comfortable possession and knock it around side by side, side to side. That's not gonna get us anywhere because at the end of the day, like I said, I think that this game in this stadium away, first game in the World Cup qualifiers, is a belief game. So if they'll just look at it like, okay, we're 10 minutes in, no goal. We're 15 minutes in, it's still 0-0. We're 20 minutes in, it's still 0-0. You know, with every 5 minutes that they're saying that, their football is gonna get better in the game. Watch. So, perfect world. We'll go out there and we'll put one goal in the net in the first 10, and we just immediately stop that thought process of, okay, we're in this game, we're in this game. Oh, we might can do the unthinkable. We need them never to think that, yes, we're gonna win this game today. And yeah, they're gonna say that before the game kicks off, but I guarantee you, when the game starts, if Jamaica start serious and threaten their goal and movement and passing and 1-2 over the top and we're in, if we can do that for like 5 minutes spell, trust me, it will get into the psyche and they'll say, damn, why the Jamaica Gold Cup version couldn't show up. The players do respect Blake. That's a fact. That's a fact. So yeah, some maybe may I move like how they move with Odegaard, like you don't need every captain to be the rah guy. Some people is just an example captain. Glad for my ballers, Topi and my Westmoreland Farm Arena baller, Webster. So Topi are your baller. You just like Topi? Unity Cup Trinidad changed their team and when they lost that game. Rebel come on and save us. That wasn't Nigeria right team, like the B and C team. Yeah, they had an A team midfield, basically, like Frank Onyeka and Ndidi. Them probably start the game Thursday. Where them I play? No, we might talk about Thursday. Saturday. Nigeria need to win them game too. Speed will use long ball tactics. Jesus gosh. We need 3 points in every game. Only place where 1 point is semi-acceptable is a way to cure. So okay, so yeah, say 16 points is what you want. Fair enough. Low was in that one presser talking about winning mentality over and over, and we could tell he didn't even believe it. This team could have used Norman Campbell. I'm telling you, Jairus, it don't make no sense. Campbell, Stewart, them love talk about me not like no local player, But them when them say that, them only talk about JPL, So I don't want nobody to talk about local player thing. Be a local player, may I tell the coach to pick. We don't have much to cheer for Jaja. They stole Paul Buchanan. Oh gosh, man. Politics is over, man. Just get over it. The man them win. KC is garbage. How did he get called back up? He's a headache to every single past players. Them now want to see him. Oh my gosh. Every single past player? Every single one of them? My word. Is Jamaica coach not speed? Lift up with your false narrative. Travis Awar early. Will Campbell touch pitch this window? Why? If him don't play this window, rough on him. With the way the coach wants to play with a single pivot, low and Holgate is actually a good combo. We've been getting beaten on the counter a lot. Yeah, I like, because look, I think tomorrow it's going to be required. if we're gonna break them down, especially in extended spells of possession, Lembikisa and Lee have to get forward and combine with Dixon and Cephas. They have to. I would start Bailey over Brown, save Brown's energy for TNT. Fear. I think Bailey Kadamartiri would start if I was coaching as well. Because I just feel like he's the sharpest striker that we have. Like from watching all the players who are there play this season, Bailey Kadamartiri look the most like he looks the least like the season just started, if that makes sense. Me and you have the same team. Yeah, yeah, I think I have what's on the screen. Yeah, so this is my predicted 11. This is not my 11 I would pick if I was the coach, but this is my predicted 11 for the game. So yeah, it look like we have the same thing. Wait, Dexter Lowe, Holgate, Lee, Hayden, Russell Palmer, Dixon Brown, Cephas, 4-3-3. Yeah, basically the same thing. Me don't know, you know. Man, avoid all footage if he is there. Man, then man take McLaren seat in the crowd. Greg Lee doesn't stay home. He likes to go forward, hence exposing his backline. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, man, I just tell Isaac, listen, man. I know you can help we go forward to but you see today, are you and Damian Lowe and Holgate alone, brother? So just chill. Bermuda have two players of note, Naki Wells and Zico Lewis. Yeah, man. You're late to class, man. Naki Wells probably got bench. That may I tell you. Well, I wouldn't say probably, but he could bench. That's the only thing I'm not really 100 about. Two things. I don't know if Dwight or Carpenter will start, and I don't know if Naki Wells will start and not Perfect on the wing. Sometimes I have to question how some team beat we, but when them play against we beating stick, them find it hard for win or we lose. Football is so strange. Yeah, football is strange, bro. Use a different color for the line zones. Good damn point, logic one. Too late. We should say that when we there do it. Does CFAS make sense for Bermuda that may be sitting deep and no space behind? Dallas, to me, no. We saw that movie before. Brown is safe. That's where he should be. The other should rotate. I think we need CFAS to think square and pass. Respect eras, let them know. I like CFAS for counter, exactly. Yeah. CFAS will stay on the bench. Beckford, Boza, and Campbell. Beckford. Okay. Beckford though? Beckford is there? The same Beckford from USL? Oh yeah, top gigs. Campbell makes more sense to me and Bailey forward for crosses, large frame. Yeah, Dallas, as me say, I predicted this, I shouldn't say I want it to be wrong, but I just feel like this is the coach I go do. The coach I go look on the Unity Cup and try to mimic the lineup as much as possible. So that's why I think Cephas and Dixon going to start on the wings. And even though it was Burrell, Brown, I think going to start because Burrell ain't there. Definitely have to move the ball quicker. Low block, long pass, Cavalier football. I pray for a win because if we draw the people coming for them mostly, Mr. Speed, Mr. T. McLaren going to throw someone under bus as always. Who else can play outside to break down their defense? That's not Heritage at Travis. Yo, Dallas, trust me, you could have worried this man forever. The man have always turn it in a heritage and local, no matter what. You could have give every reason and don't have nothing to do with whether them, you know, whether them born, where them born, or them don't born, where them say them born. It can't just be about the football and what you see, the players' attributes and why you would have start them. No, it gone to I just true him no born or him born or it's just like damn man, can't just talk about the football stuff. Why we have to bring up them something there? It's advertised that their tickets sold out. Yeah, the stadium is not super large. Wow, El Salvador gone one. Big result for them. Yo, the worst thing in the world to do. Go down late to a Central American team. The man them have every single trick for make the least amount of ball game play. Yo, just me. Guatemala out for losing at them yard. First game. Not a good start, brother. Wait will get low, Dexter Lee. Wait will get low, Dexter Lee, Russell Ian Palmer, Campbell Bowser, and Beckford. Yo, who is Beckford? Who are you calling Beckford? Danny Beckford? Who you call Beckford? Seriously. Beckford? Who is Beckford supposed to be? Like, second time now, me see you put Beckford in. I wonder who the hell is Beckford? Are you a coach? If you are not, you should be. You read the game well. Oh, respect coming bird. Well, may I do some little entry level badges now, but honestly, this is just from like playing days and just being an avid football fan and um listening to breakdowns of games from other analysts and stuff like that. And you just kind of figure out like what it wasn't hard for me to pick up what analysts look at when they watch football because I know the game well already. So it's just about like just knowing the little things to look for, the triggers, and you can look and assess and say, okay, if I was facing this team, I would try to make use of the wings first and foremost. That'd be my primary focus because um, they're very compact and you need to find some way to break that up, and that would be by having your threat look like it's coming from wide to stretch that compactness out as much as possible, and then once you stretch them, that's when you kill them in the half space. So something like that. Bless up Tycoon, what go on? There, the coach will play experience, so TC and Bailey get game in the second half, and we need a bag of goals too. GD gonna be massive, yeah. In these things, it always is. Somehow, some way, it come down to that in the end. Yeah, me I try to figure out who him I call Beckford, Come figure it's just a mistake, but then when him put it again, message, I know Beckford in the team now. Yeah, he always did rate Topi. That's true. The best low block player we have, we not pick him. One Ravel. Yeah, the only one we know is well, obviously Beckford we used to play, but like the most recent one is the Shane Beckford. And him there, I think him just transferred from Hartford to I think he went to USL League One club, No, whoa. Guatemala try defense out of your life from El Salvador. Topia my baller from youth football. Injuries make him mash up. If not, he'd be more further than King for me. Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I killed him, before he got called the last time with Paul Hall, and I don't remember why, but I went back. Oh, I think I know why. One day I went and watched the game that we played under Paul Hall against Mexico, I think it was. No. Whatever game that Topi did, oh, Guatemala should have equalized there. Wow. Kick it away. Yeah, Topi was not terrible in those games. In fact, he was better than almost everybody else that was brought in. Him and Daniel Green were like decent. All the other players that he, Bygrave and forget the other ones that he would have called up then. None of them were really that good. But Topi and Daniel Green weren't terrible. Yeah, one love now. Logan, bless up, Yeah, the man say, well, no, the man say when you're born in Jamaica, that don't make you a Jamaican. That's what he said live. But then I think him to clean it up. But when I hear the clean up part, I'm worried about Dexter overlap. Moment they lose the ball, it's a straight counter on the wing. And that's true, because if this perfect man start, you think Cephas fast? We tell to see the man they run. 8 more for the 100 people. Come on, people. All right, and the seat. El Salvador 1. Oh, he used to actually coach Wells. Yeah, I think he would have coached him at Derby, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a group A lit. But right now, I'm sure, if me a wait name, if me a Suriname right now, me a big for a draw, I really want no team get 3 points tonight. Yo, Guatemala look like they must score a goal. I swear. Man, I foul that, man. Yeah, man, I see him. I play attacking midfield crawling. Just say Jason, look how Salvador win and them have a beating stick and Guatemala beat already. Yo, football is mad. I tell you the truth. And me as a man do the EPL preview review, I'm always I do the predictions them. But brother, when you talk about CONCACAF, in them like these Central American team games especially, good luck trying to predict this. That may I tell you. Okay, him from USL. No, I'm not there. Yeah, I see him sign with Legion. Yeah, I see it. Coach had a favorite son with Dexter. Well, them a go hold off the right hand side. No man, Beckford not there, man. Cause no, I don't think so. Oh, it's Westchester. Yeah, that is it. Westchester. Yeah, that's League One. Go Blood fire. Herrera puts it high. Man, they might wait for the perfect setup. Guatemala game. Yeah. About the same speed, brother. The number 11. Parfit. Him have a hyphenated name. Parfit something else. Parfit Williams, maybe? No, it's not Williams. I'm soon tell you. Soon tell you what the brother name. Yeah, Parfit Williams. Him. Man fast like a jet, bro. Him play over Finland. FC Haka. Man play for Haka side. Him not stop party. Him not stop sprint. Yeah, man. Guatemala is turf, man. I mean, it must be. Because that thing look perfect. Oh, it was QPR. Okay, cool. Logan. Yeah, at this point, I can't wait neither. I'm just ready for it at this point. Want to stick him up for big payday. MBU say, yo, I try to build a team, can't afford to pay you all this money for you barely play 20 game in a 39 game season. Cause that boy they love unfit, man. Man look like him never run in him life. I know him probably fit and him run all the time, but him just don't look like it. One thing with Spanish speaking countries, them always hold on the ball long before them kick. Yeah. Wait till the perfect situation. They say Beckford not in the squad, they don't know who could play on the next wing. Tyrese Campbell, man. Tyrese Campbell have to go over there. Yeah, they did have a good Gold Cup. Look like them spit them beat in the Gold Cup. But my swear, Alex, them are gonna find a goal. Them worse, them get 7 minutes. Watch this. Man, you can see it. The man them nah give up. Them all get the goal. I feel like Guatemala gonna score. And I tell you what, if them score early enough, they might get two. Oh, Mendes Len come back again. All right. No, brother. Where you go back? Go back wide now. Go back wide now. You really make the man control the ball. That's up. Blood fire. What I see. Yo, El Salvador can't survive the rest of that game, man. I tell you that. They must concede a goal. Ian Frey not there, so activity. Nope. Yeah, almost Ravi. All right, man. I'm gonna watch the rest of the game together, then the show done. Then the show done, people. Star wish. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. I gonna say I wish I could have there with you tomorrow for the game, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm not wish that. It was meant to be this way, people. I wonder if God has spare me, because I know. Alright, so El Salvador don't draw the game here. This man run across the box just to respot the ball. Them need for you see in a CONCACAF, them need for the rule. If you take too long, the other team get a corner, you know. And no other region need it more than here, so you know, man. El Salvador both it done them. Good leave. What you gonna do with it? Nothing. Just keep the ball then. Jeez, I'm kill them. Who just wide? Yo, try boy. Yo, the man nearly make. Yo, Swamptivity, you miss the show, bro. My big daughter birthday, so she the one don't have something planned for the night and everything, and literally the game I play 6 o'clock. We have to be there for 6:30. So it just can't work, bro. Big World Cup first game. Top analyst now go there about, but you don't know Swamptivity. Me I go there in the evening once the festivity is done. I go forward late night for giving the review show, match ratings, reaction. Maybe have a little calling segment late night if I don't want to cuss. Hopefully it's not no cussing though. I think he's in weak foot, you know. I think that guy is right footed, so he never get the curl upon him weak foot. That's if I'm trying to make an excuse for him, that's what I think. 'Cause even the way he kick the ball with him left foot, it never looks unnatural. So I would like to think that that guy is right footed and he might try a left foot curl and it never quite work. But after him split them like that, man, him should have buried for a post, yes. Yeah, man, you're good swam activity. That's why I never too, you know, if me did wicked, but I say boy swam activity, going on, man. I'm not dealing with this, I'm just making know what going on. Yeah. 4-1 victory tomorrow. All right, Logan, thank you. So I'm gonna left this on the screen. You know, Travis, I'm gonna tell you that it's not turf, but when I search the stadium where to play, Bermuda Stadium, right? Which part of the man them play the damn game them? Um, all right, Bermuda National Stadium. This is where the game I go play. 8,500 it hold. Um, where is it? Where's the thing about the stadium? Multi-purpose sports complex. I could have swear said, all right, where is it, man? Hold on. Bermuda. There's a little thing about what the feel is and blah blah blah. National Sports Center. Alright, so where is the bro? Where did I read it? I read about this already. Where is it? Cause a man tell me say it's grass, and the next man tell me say it's something else. So I go work with the brother when it say grass, just because I think it's grass. So I'm gonna say grass for right now, Travis. 5 love, Travis said. All right, that would be nice. That can I'd be happy. Dropping the score predictions. We get a 4-1 and we get a 5-love. Spanish teams are ass at crosses. Only corner them, we get a chance to score them. Always overhit them crosses. Yo, El Salvador look like them all get through, star. Oh, you did say Guatemala pitch. That's turf. El Salvador is going to give this game away. Boy, them a try, boy. Look like them get me. Last, if Guatemala get one more run, that's it. The game basically done now. Ref just look on the watch. Or let them kick away the ball first. Let's see. Him look on him watch, and that is it. Big win for El Salvador, that you know, man. Everybody I said them a finish last in the group, you know. And the man them come out, come win the first game. Veteran coach them have to. No Honduras old coach that. Well, I'm never get well. Make sure overtime today because I want to watch Jamaica match tomorrow. Okay. Smart Mario. My brethren from Bermuda thinks more Jamaicans will be at the game tomorrow. Possible. Because I know what if a Jamaican live in Bermuda still. Well, I don't know them personally, but I know that a lot of Jamaicans live there. Yeah, man, we know say I'm breeding. Autocorrect mash up sometime. 2-0 a chorus, alright? Yeah, that's turf. But it's grass in Bermuda. And apparently the pitch is in good shape. That was a report I got today. Like, the pitch was really nice. The player said, I'll be happy with 3-1, say Rob. 4-0, said Demo. Happy with 3-1, but I'm happy with the 3-0. Goal never come, Alex. Never forward at all. Why it look like them that go score though? Even not me alone did say it. Somebody else say it too. Rob said El Salvador going to give away the game. Yeah, man. Guatemala look like them not go find it, man. Yeah, it's grass. Bermuda pitch is grass, and it's really nice. A few players report that it's nice. It's a trouble there, eh? For real. Salvador. Boy, I don't know if them peak too early, brother, but maybe that's the case because El Salvador look like them wasn't going to do one rass in this last group, and the man them come out and get the man them and lead this one after the first games. So it's a madness in a man. Cause now, all right, I could see. So if El Salvador win this, let's see. So El Salvador win that game, eh? So that simply mean now. So the next game them go now. Round 2. El Salvador, Suriname. At home, them have Suriname and Panama host Guatemala. Lord fire. The group here go hot. This group will be hot. So El Salvador gone 3 points, gone with the lead. See the highlight them now. Should do better with that. But free header back post, couldn't finish. Oh, set pieces always. What a finish. Yo, maybe the number 10 left footed in the man. Where the man finished that with him left? So him really should have finished the second one there. What a finish, man. Falling down. Connect. No, but the man zonal marking there really is an idiot, you know, man. The man just stand up and never move, never even go to the ball, nothing. Jeez. That was the save right there. Big save. Yeah, this guy. Oh no, he's left footed. I think he must kick it way too wide. Three one. But it's a good shout about the peaking early, but I mean it all comes down to the next game. If them can go Panama and get a result, I mean even if them just draw, all is not lost for them. But El Salvador set up themselves nice now. If them can go home and beat Suriname to Rotted, them really put pressure on Panama them. Jeez, peace. El Salvador on 3, that's crazy. El Salvador has a soup. El Salvador have Suriname next at home. Panama host Guatemala. So, jeez. Yeah, if Guatemala go with 2 L's and worse, if El Salvador go win, damn. I'm not afraid of him. I'm just saying he's fast. That's all. Guru, that must say don't be afraid, you know, man. I bet you say you're the first one afraid of your shadow. And I always tell people not afraid. El Salvador are gonna beat Suriname 3-2. El Salvador do that, boy. A really Cinderella story if them top that group there. But well want to see how Trinidad do against Curacao. Yeah. I never do any tactical preview for that one, but want to think about that one. Home game for Trinidad. Expecting a sellout as well. Dwight York said him can feel the energy in the country. Reminds him of back when his team qualified, you know. So yeah. Should be up for it. Let me see. You need to go to round 1. Yeah, cause that game start. Okay, so perfect. So right as Jamaica game finish, Trinidad Curacao, but you know we have 2 other games tomorrow as well. Haiti Honduras at 8, so same time, and Nicaragua Costa Rica. So all the first games of this final round in the 3 groups will be played by tomorrow. And then the return fixtures will be, I think, the 8th and the 9th. So back in the full swing of things here in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers, and already we had an exciting first day. Of course, we had El Salvador beating Guatemala. Kind of a very surprise result at this point, 1-0. So that is very, very interesting. I did not and would not have, well, I did not, I can say I did not predict that at all. Let me take this off the screen and just show you guys real quick before we head out. Obviously the groups would have just started, but just to refresh everybody's memory, this is what will be going on later on today now, because we're into past midnight. Happy birthday to my sweet, sweet daughter Gabrielle. Her birthday is September the 5th, people. So bless her up. Keep her in your prayers. All right, so Group 1. So there we have it. El Salvador topping the group after one day. Panama, Suriname, goalless draw. And we know the games coming up in round 2 in this group. El Salvador, Suriname, and Panama, Guatemala, both on the 8th. So we'll be keeping tabs on this group. Probably it will be a similar scenario, tactical preview for Jamaica, Trinidad that night. I will probably have those games in the background watching as well while we do the tactical preview show. All right, people. So yeah, definitely enjoyed as always bringing you this content. 86 of you wonderful football fans in the building late night. So you know the excitement is palpable right now, people. Seeing a lot of scores coming through. 3-1 Jamaica, 3-1 Jamaica, 3-0, 4-0. Chervy said 5-0. Had a 4-1 come through. People, I'm going to be honest with you. I think Jamaica is going to do what Jamaica does a lot when we face opponents that we might actually be better than on paper. We're going to play down to them. And for that reason, I don't think it will be a super wide goal margin. I'm going to say that Jamaica win the game 3-1. I think that they will get a goal. My hope is that the goal that they get is after we have already had 2. But knowing Jamaica will come out so flat and concede. So, who knows? We might go down 1-0 tomorrow, but I think we'll eventually right the ship. And I think in the end, it will just be a little bit too much quality, especially when we go to the bench. I think we do have in attacking area, especially, decent quality that I think will be on the bench that we can bring on and definitely add to what we can offer. So I'm going to say 3-1 to Jamaica. I don't think we'll keep the clean sheet tomorrow. I would love one, but I don't think we'll keep the clean sheet tomorrow. So 3-1 to Jamaica. And I'm going to go out on a limb, people, and say that there will be a debut goal for either. Well, it's not his debut. But I think that one of these 2 players will score in the game tomorrow. Kadamartiri or Tyrese Campbell, one of those 2 will score. I think that Kaheem Dixon will score, and I also think that Gang Starkin favorite baller score a goal. Casey Palmer. All right. So Palmer, Dixon, Kadamartiri on the score sheet. 3-1 Jamaica, 3 points in the bag. And then we war with Andre and his family them on Tuesday. All right, people. But listen, sad to say, I won't be around. You guys know. Watch a long time. I'm always, if I'm not streaming, head over to IMAX It Football. He will be live doing the game. And what's the Powerball number for Saturday? That part you can't know. That's my secret. Yeah, man. So in the forward next time, and everything look different, the backdrop different. I'm up on a beach. I never told you the Powerball for a reason. I didn't want to share the winnings with you. Yeah, man. John Russell with a header. I was thinking that too, but I said let me not be so cliche with the picks. Some say, Casey Palmer, gang stalking ball, I'll get a goal, Yeah, man. So Guru go 1 more than I, 4-1. And I had 1 go 1 less than I, 2-1. All right, big up on yourself, people. Could I talk all night about the ball game, but them time, I forget some rest, long day tomorrow. Big data. Just keep her in your prayers, people. Keep the family in your prayers. We're doing well, but you don't know prayer never hurts. So big up, people. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. Come on, you reggae boys. Come on, man. We need this.